2 Teile haben. Programm werden wir dann nachher noch hören. Und in der Mitte eine kurze Pause, wo natürlich auch Gelegenheit die Instrumente anzuschauen. Und ich will eigentlich gar nicht viel Wort verlieren, sondern einfach Ihnen mal danke für den Besuch, viel Vergnügen wünschen und ich freue mich jetzt ganz besonders 2 Taylor-Mitarbeiter begrüßen zu dürfen. Fred Mardell, der für uns zuständig ist auf der linken Seite, und Andy Lund.
I have no idea what he just said.
Yes. I said that in English.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Andy Lund. I work for Taylor Guitars in Southern California, and I've been lucky enough to have had a job there for the last 7 years. Before I did that, I worked in music stores like this for about 20 years. I owned my own guitar store in Illinois, which is just a little bit south of Chicago. And the cool thing about this demonstration is that each one of these body shapes has the same exact tone widths. Okay, so you can really hear what the body does. And if you listen to Mr. Taylor talk about the way he designs guitars these days, it's all about the shape. We call this the Swiss Army knife of guitars. Because it does a lot of things really well. If you're somebody who does flat picking, if you do fingerstyle guitar playing, if you're working on your jazz chords, you're playing your pop tunes, it's a guitar, because of its size, it just is very even and balanced. You can put it right in front of a microphone and it just sounds really good right out of the box. Play it again. Especially when you just kind of hammer on the bottom. Go this guy. More bottom end. The next shape we're going to go to is called a grand concert, and you'll notice right away nowhere near the amount of volume and the amount of bass, right? Okay? So, the grand concert, by contrast, has a couple things that are special about it. One of them is that it's shallower, so if you like to look at the differences there, it's a little bit shallower, it sits a little closer to your body. It's also narrower across the guitar. So you don't miss the bottom at all. I don't. I think that this is more appropriate for that kind of a sound because I don't have all that boom in the lower end. Those first 3 shapes are all original Bob Taylor designs. Okay? The Grand Auditorium, the Grand Symphony, which is the loud one, and then the Grand Concert are all original Bob Taylor designs. These last 2 are sort of his take on traditional shapes. Dreadnought has been around for a long time, and so has the Jumbo. So this is a Dreadnought guitar, and when you hear this sound, it sounds familiar. It sounds like, yep, that's what acoustic guitars sound like. I would bet that a lot of us started playing Dreadnoughts because it's a really common popular shape. Lots of overtones, a big great guitar for flat picking and for strumming. it wants to speak forever. It wants to sing for a long time. Listen to how the guitar decays over. Actually, let me switch back and forth. I'm going to go to the little guy, the grand concert once real quick, and listen to how the chord decays over time. Jumbo is an interesting guitar shape because you might think that just by looking at this one that this would be the loudest guitar we make, but we actually feel like the GS is the loudest guitar shape. Nice big full sound, right? Check out the sound of the floppy one, then we'll switch. Completely different, right? So the rosewood back inside guitar, and that's a maple one. Let's see if we can hear a difference. Here's the rosewood one. Exactly. Good. Yes. So if you talk about tone woods, rosewood has a really wide frequency response. It has a lot of bottom, and it has a lot of high end, and it has a little scoop in the middle. So if you were adjusting your faders, you would have that sort of smiley curve. Lots of bottom, lots of treble, not so much mid-range. If you talk about rosewood having lots of bass, lots of treble, and kind of a dip in the middle, maple kind of brings that bottom in and kind of ends up going like this, right? It's a little bit flatter of a frequency response, but it ends up sounding brighter. And so those of you who said, yeah, it sounds more brilliant, somebody else said they heard more mid-range.